Making the world better place. Is that something you can agree on?
Yeah.
May I ask for hands up? And anybody against? Okay, 3 against, but a good number supporting my goal. How do we do that? There are very, very different approaches. They are the great philosophers or even religious leaders. Think about Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad. Will they bring us on the right path? Or if you try to approach it more practically, who came to mind? It was Florence Nightingale and Henri Dunant. Imagine 150 years ago, there was practically no emergency service, nowhere. And it's basically these two people who brought up the idea that it's really necessary. And I know some people are very critical about emergency services, but the 2 times I used some of them, I was quite happy to have them. And there are also the philanthropic billionaires. You know, the Gates couple, they donated 28 billion for causes like better water supply in Africa, or health issues also in Africa, libraries in the US. The Zuckerbergs even pledged 35 billion for an undisclosed good cause. What's the path to follow? Does anybody want to come forward and suggest, name an idea, a person who will really make the difference? I brought some names: the Red Cross movement, Henri Dunant, Florence Nightingale. Others might have been even a much more important impact on our lives. Any names, ideas? Somebody?
Socrates.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates as the philanthrop, donating so much money to the suffering in Africa. Looking at all these people, there's one really bad point. I wonder, do many of you have billions on their bank accounts to give away? Or like have the potential to found a movement with billions of followers, or even like the Red Cross, just nearly 100,000 followers, supporters, and healthcare professionals. It's hard. So should we sit down at the coffee table or like support noble causes on social networks? Is that a solution? No, no, no. Each and everybody of us can make a difference. It's often the small things in life that make it. Let me take you on a small journey. 20 minutes something train ride from Badische Bahnhof, direction the highest peaks of the Black Forest. You come to a small village dominated by a big manufacturing site, then some houses, some service things, education, a school for children with difficulties. Some have problems, physical, some need a wheelchair, this kind of thing. Some have social, mental, whatever problem. I don't want to touch the big complex of welfare. There are good reasons to say, okay, welfare, it's something it's well cared for. We don't want more. I'm just thinking in a sense like, if your neighbor is a cripple, will you spit at him? Or will you treat him the best possible way? And I think actually treating him really like a normal person who deserves your friendship, your esteem, That's the right way. So you will feel good. And there's an example in this little village. The big manufacturer, they invite kids from the school to their lunch on Wednesdays. And I've attended these things for 8 weeks. And I find it amazing how well everybody in the company supports this idea, how friendly they are. It's from the heart, and they make a difference compared to other people who say, oh, let's keep away from them. Or some people are like overprotective. Oh, what can I do for you? Which doesn't give a good feel either. When we arrive at the reception, it's all very stylish. There are leather chairs, there are iPads. Our kids run in, they stick more out even than me. And the receptionist, perfectly polite. Like, yes, we ordered a lift for the girl in the wheelchair. We opened the door to let you in to the main building. It's like somehow, it sometimes feels like the CEO comes up with our wild kids. Great. Next point on our little journey through the house, kids need to wash their hands. Inevitably, they block the entrance to the bathroom and the wash basins and mess around. It's hard to control this crowd of kids just coming out of school. Everybody's so laid back, nobody pushing. Then there's one kid who always approaches everybody, touches things and starts conversations. It's very, very nice, but somehow weird. Everybody perfectly friendly. It's like they're welcoming a business friend or something. Obviously, if it's about lunch, the chef has to be touched. He comes to our table. Once he told us, sorry, this week and next week we won't have French fries because next week is the Italian week. And what we have on offer is piccata milanese, which is a nice kind of meat with pasta and tomato sauce, something really acceptable for most kids, even ours. And he treated us like in an expensive restaurant, the valuable customers. I find this brilliant. It's small deeds, but it's not like the big thing. But think about Bill Gates. He and his wife donated 28 billion. If you compare it to the Swiss budget for education, it just covers 3 years. It's somehow limited means. It's not so incredible. It's great how he directed the money. I absolutely agree with you, Daibo. This is impressive. Rather than buying luxury yachts and the likes. Yet, even he cannot move so much as he possibly would like to do. But all Swiss taxpayers, and the tax rate is relatively low in Switzerland, and everybody behaving differently, being kind to everybody. And it's not that these children with their difficulties in industrialized countries are the worst casings deserving our attention. Look around, refugees, old people, people with limited access to education, and like they need possibly each and every of you open up your smile, open up your heart. Madame Todd.